All right, let's do this.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going deep, deep into legendary boxing matches.
Ooh, I like it. Legendary is right. This is going to be good.
Yeah, this is more than just wins and losses, right? We're
Oh.
talking stories, tactics, those unforgettable moments.
Absolutely. The stuff that makes these fights legendary, right?
Exactly. And luckily, we've got pasted text to help us out. This collection of fight highlights, wow, I think we're in for a treat.
Oh, yeah. Just glancing through this, the variety is incredible. You've got your brawlers, your technicians, the powerhouses, strategists even.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Like, it really shows how boxing evolved, right?
Yeah.
Different styles clashing, changing the whole sport.
For sure. Like you can trace the whole history of boxing through these fights almost.
Totally. Okay, so speaking of clashing styles, how about we start with a classic, Graziano versus Robinson.
Oh, man. Rocky Graziano, the ultimate brawler, going up against Sugar Ray Robinson, the master technician.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine the energy in that arena? I mean, that's, oh, electric. It must have been incredible. But this fight, I think it really highlights the importance of strategy and skill in boxing.
Yeah, how so?
Well, Robinson, his footwork was just unreal. He was always moving, creating angles, never letting Graziano get set to unleash that power.
Wow, that's a good point. So he was basically outsmarting him, right?
Yeah.
Using his strengths against him.
Exactly. It was like watching a matador gracefully evade a charging bull.
That's a perfect analogy. So technique beat raw power, huh? What a lesson.
Yeah. Robinson really showed how technique can be just as powerful, maybe even more so. I mean, this fight cemented his place as a boxing legend.
No doubt about it. A true legend. And speaking of legends, we can't forget Mike Tyson,
Oh, man. Mike Tyson.
the youngest heavyweight champ at just 20 years old. I mean, come on. That's incredible.
Unbelievable.
But there was something more to Tyson than just his boxing, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Tyson was like a cultural phenomenon. He transcended boxing.
Yeah, I see that. What was it about him, though? What made him so captivating?
Well, I think partly it was the times, the 80s, it was all about excess, aggression, pushing limits.
That's true. The 80s were wild.
Right. And Tyson, he embodied that energy, his raw power, that aura of invincibility, even his personal struggles.
Yeah. It all kind of added to his mystique, didn't it?
Exactly. He tapped into something, I think, like a fascination with the dark side of success, maybe.
Yeah. It's almost like his power and his persona were like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, definitely. It made him a global icon for sure, but it also maybe contributed to his downfall.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's fascinating how these fighters reflect their times.
They really do. They're like products of their environments, shaped by the world around them.
That's making me think about another fight. The fight of the century.
Ali versus Frazier.
Whoa, yeah. That was more than just a fight, wasn't it?
Way more. It was like this massive cultural event.
Yeah, it was huge. What made it so much bigger than just boxing, though?
Well, you got to remember, Ali and Frazier, they were larger than life, They represented these two sides of America, America was really divided back then.
Right. Socially and politically, there was so much going on.
Exactly. It was like a clash of styles, personalities, ideologies, everything, all played out on this global stage.
Wow. That's a lot of weight on their shoulders. And the fight itself, I mean, I've heard it was brutal.
Oh, it was a war, a slugfest. Both men pushed to the absolute limit.
And in the end?
Frazier won. It was Ali's first professional loss.
Wow. But even though Frazier won, I feel like the fight's impact, it went way beyond the ring, right?
Absolutely. This fight, it became the symbol of the social and political turmoil of the time. It's incredible how a sporting event can do that,
Yeah, it's amazing. But boxing isn't always about these huge social issues, right? It's also about personal struggles, overcoming adversity. And for me, nobody embodies that better than Julio Cesar Chavez.
Oh, Julio Cesar Chavez.
His comeback victory against Meldrick Taylor. Just unreal.
Oh, that was one for the books.
Yeah, tell me more about Chavez. What made him so special?
Well, first of all, the guy was a warrior. This relentless style, that iron chin. He could take a punch, man. And he'd just keep coming forward.
He sounds unstoppable.
He was almost unstoppable. He had this unbeaten streak that went on for, like, decades.
Whoa. That's crazy.
It's legendary. But what makes that Taylor fight so special, right, is that Chavez was behind on points, like with seconds left in the fight.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And then, boom, he unleashes this furious attack, knocks Taylor down, and wins. Talk about a never-say-die attitude.
Wow. So it's like, even when things seem impossible.
Yeah. Never give up. That's what makes boxing so exciting, you know? You just never know what's going to happen. It's unpredictable.
It's anyone's game until the final bell.
Exactly.
You know, it makes me think of another champion. Decades before Ali and Frazier, there was this heavyweight who carried the hopes of a whole generation on his shoulders, Joe Louis.
Oh, yeah. Joe Louis, the
What?
brown bomber.
Yeah, he was more than just a fighter when you say he was like a symbol.
Oh, absolutely. Joe Louis was an icon, especially for the Black community.
Yeah. What was it about him that resonated so deeply with people?
Well, I think for many, his victories were about more than just boxing. They were seen as triumphs over racism and oppression.
That makes sense. He was fighting during a really challenging time in American history, wasn't he?
Absolutely. And for a lot of people, Louis represented hope, resilience. He was the symbol of pride in the face of adversity.
That's powerful. And his legacy.
Oh, it extends way beyond boxing. He inspired generations with his courage and determination. He showed people what was possible.
It's amazing how sport can be this vehicle for social change, huh?
Yeah, it's incredible. Inspiring hope, driving change. It's amazing what sport can do.
Totally agree. You know what else is inspiring?
What's that?
Comebacks. And speaking of comebacks, we got to talk about Sugar Ray Leonard versus Thomas Hearns.
Ah, classic welterweight clash.
Yeah, this fight had it all, man. Drama, skill, and a comeback for the ages.
It was a roller coaster, that's for sure. Back and forth, both fighters landing bombs.
So who had the upper hand? It sounds like a close one.
Well, at first it seemed like Hearns was in control. He's got this long reach, you know, and a powerful jab.
Oh, so he was keeping Leonard at bay.
Yeah, for a while. But then in those later rounds, Leonard just dug deep. It's like he found this second wind and just unleashed.
Wow. He turned the tables.
Oh, yeah. He came back with this furious attack and ended up stopping Hearns in the 14th round.
Man, that's got to be heartbreaking for Hearns. But I guess that's the beauty of boxing, right?
Yeah. You never know when the tide will turn.
It keeps you on the edge of your seat. And you know, for pure strategic brilliance, I don't think anything tops Ali versus Foreman. The rumble in the jungle.
Ali, the master strategist.
That rope-a-dope tactic. I mean, come on. What a gamble.
It was, but so brilliant. Everyone thought Ali would dance around, stick and move, but he did the complete opposite.
So, he just let Foreman punch him, basically. He leaned back on the ropes, absorbing those blows, letting Foreman tire himself out. I mean, Foreman was known for being this powerhouse puncher.
And Ali just took it.
Yeah, he used Foreman's strength against him. It was a masterclass in ring generalship, knowing your opponent and exploiting their weaknesses.
So Foreman punched himself out, basically.
Pretty much. And then in the 8th round, bam, Ali knocks him out. It's incredible.
Talk about outsmarting your opponent. We've covered so much. Power versus technique, cultural impact, resilience, dramatic comebacks. It's amazing what we can learn from these legendary boxing matches.
That's it.
They're about so much more than just two guys in a ring, you know? It's social change, personal struggles, the human spirit. Just,
Wow.
it's inspiring.
It really is. And for all of you listening out there, I got to ask, which of these fights resonates with you the most? And why?
Yeah, let us know. Which fight speaks to you?
These stories, they offer this glimpse into not just boxing, but life itself. They're about facing challenges, overcoming obstacles, achieving greatness.
There's a lesson in there for everyone.
Definitely. And with that, we wrap up another deep dive. But don't worry, we'll be back soon with more fascinating stories and hidden gems.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening.